take the foam roller right in front of you. And the first thing I want you to do is push down on the foam roller and then release. And push down on the foam roller and release. And one more time, so you've got both hands right up on top. You push down. I want you to notice, does that zip up your abs for you? How cool is that? So we're gonna do that with a nice breath. Big inhale. On the exhale, push down and zip up your abs. So that's all you need to get your abs going is a little push. One more time, big inhale. Exhale, push on the foam roller, pull your abs in. Good, we're gonna take a little bend. Little tiny bend. And 3. Try to keep your knees and toes zipped up. So every time you stand up, really squeeze your inner thighs. Good. We need a little bit of warm up because you don't want to roll or stretch a tight muscle. You actually want, it's more like, you want it to be more gooey, like caramel. Beautiful. Now, stay there. We're going to rise up on the toes. Come back down. Rise up on the toes. Come back down. You can use that foam roller as balance. Put it anywhere you want. Couple more of those. Lift and lower and lift. Fantastic. Let's go to a little V with the feet and do a little bend. Channel your inner ballerina, everyone. Gentlemen. And lift and lower and lift and lower and lift. Stay there. We're going to rise up and come back down. And rise up and come back down. And rise up and down. And 3 more. Fantastic, good. All right, bring that roller in front. We're gonna do a little bit of parallel squats. So take a big bend. You can use that foam roller. I want you to really sit down like you're gonna sit on a bench. Get as low as you can. Fantastic, come back to the center and we're gonna take a little lunge. One leg goes back. The other leg goes back. One leg goes back. The other leg goes back. Awesome. 2 more of those. And now, if you've been working out with me, you know I've been doing the curtsy lunge. So we're going to take one leg behind you and stand up. Other leg behind you and stand up, right? So it's a little curtsy to the queen. I did curtsy to the queen once when I was a young child and I lived in Canada. 2 more times. That's 1. And 1 more time. Really send that leg behind you. Super yummy for knees. And come on back. Fantastic. Let's go back to that other lunge. So I want you to take one leg behind you really far. And just let it hang out there. You can use your foam roller as balance. And we're just going to lift the heel and lower the heel. Lift the heel and lower the heel. Now stay there, bend the knee and straighten and bend and straighten. So already I'm getting a little bit of stretch in the calf, yeah? If you don't feel anything, lean forward a little more. Oh, there she is. And bend and stretch. Good, let's switch legs. Reach it out. Nice deep lunge. Drive that heel down to the floor. And then if you want to, just lean forward a little more. Fantastic. Lift that heel and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. 1 more time. Lift it and lower it. Drive that heel down. Bend the knee. And straighten. Bend the knee. And straighten. As you straighten, drive that heel down. Feel the stretch in your calf. And straighten. Yummy. And bend. And straighten. Fantastic. Good. All right, come back to standing. Go grab your pinky ball. I'm going to use this little one because it's much more intense. And we're just going to go to the feet. So first thing I want you to do is take that pinky ball and you're going to put it under the ball of your foot, yeah? And what I'm going to do is stand side by side, and I want you to rock your weight from side to side. So I'm just kind of putting some weight on it and then I back it off. and I put some weight on it and I back it off. Nice. So if you've got a pretty hard ball, you know, temper your weight a little bit. Mine is pretty soft. Good, and then if that feels good, just go hang out there, put your weight on it. Let your foot melt, the ball of your foot, melt around the roller. What you want to look for is little white knuckles, right? So the bones in your feet are almost like the bones in your hands. So look for that little white knuckle popping out. Nice. And then we're just going to roll that back and forth. Excellent. Now I'm going to take that to the arch of the foot. And I'm going to do the same technique. I'm going to rock back and forth. Nice. And now if you want to, you can play a little bit. I'm going to go a little more to the inside of my arch. And then I'm going to go a little to the outside of my arch. And I'm just going to find a thing that feels good and I'm going to hang out there. So I'm going to go on the inside. That felt yummy. And just let your foot really melt over that pinky ball. I don't know about you guys, but with this pandemic, I've been spending a lot of time in bare feet. And so I'm finding my feet feel completely different than they usually do. All right, the next thing we're going to take to the heel. So right where kind of the arch and the heel meet, put your pinky ball there. And we rock back and forth. And really get your weight on it. Find something that feels good. A lot of times when I do this in class, there's a lot of oohing and ahhing. People get somewhere and go, ah. All right, hold. I'm going to hang out there. Get a little weight, and then I'm going to rock side to side. I'm also going to tell you guys, I'm on the mat, and the pinky ball is kind of sinking in, so I'm not getting as much. So if you want to take this onto the floor, that might be better for you as well. All right, now I got a little trick for the toesies here. So I'm going to try, do your best with this. I'm going to take my first two big toes, or my big toe and my second toe, and put them on the ball. And my foot is flat down on the mat, yeah? Now what I'm going to do is leave the ball of the foot down, but lift the heel. Can you see that? So I'm getting a wicked stretch on my first two toes. And then I'm going to move the ball to my second two toes, or second and third. Put the ball of your foot down and lift your heel up. I've got super flexible toes, so this one's pretty easy for me. If you have a really big ball, it's going to be harder to get this. And then I'm going to go to the other toes. Get the ball of your foot down and lift the heel. Oh, hello, something going on there. So you're really getting all your toes. Fantastic. And then I'm going to go right back to the ball again and just do a little side to side. Groovy. Now I want everybody to step off onto the floor. And I just want you to see how that foot feels. Compare it to the other foot. For me, it feels like I feel like a cat. Like all of a sudden I can really walk, I can really get into the floor. So now what I want you to do is just test this. I want you to lift the opposite leg, the leg that you didn't work, and balance. And then I want you to go to the leg you didn't roll yet and try the balance. And just test out. Some of us might find a little less balance or a little more balance on the foot we rolled. Oh, definitely. All right, let's go hit the other guy, yeah? So ball of the foot on, the heel stays down on the mat, and you just try to let your foot kind of melt over the ball, and we're gonna rock side to side. Get your weight on it, and then find a place you liked and hang out there. Look down, can you see those little knuckles in the ball of your foot? We're looking for those knuckles to kind of pop out. And just notice, maybe you got one that's really white, pops out more than the others. Just notice. We're not going to do anything about it. That's for my physical therapy friends. And go to your arches, and let's take that rock side to side. I think I could do this for an hour. And then if you like it, go and stay. And maybe find a place, maybe towards the middle, maybe towards the side, and hang out. Really let your foot melt over that pinky ball. And then the last one, we go to the heel. So the ball of the foot is on the floor now if you can. Find the place where your arch and your heel come together. If you've had plantar fasciitis, and I can talk to that because I've had it, that tends to be one of the spots where it goes. Oh, hello, got a little zinging going on there. And you can do your rock side to side, you can put some weight on it. Good. And then, did we get the roll back and forth? Trying to keep that foot really relaxed. All right, I'm going to the toes, you with me? So you're gonna put the ball of the foot down, put the big toes on the ball, and then see if you can lift your heel, but keep the ball, the pads of your foot on the floor, and then come back down. Can you see that? I'm gonna go again to the second toe. Ball of the foot stays down, lift the heel, feel that stretch. Yummy. I'm gonna go to a couple more toes here. Ball down, lift the heel. Again, it's a little harder to do with a bigger ball, so see what you can get. You might have to put your foot on it. And lift the toes. Fantastic. Good, you guys. All right, let's put the pinky ball aside. Come off the floor, off the mat for a minute and test your balance. How's that feel? Do you feel like 2 cat paws now? And now let's test the balance on that leg you just rolled. Lift your foot. Stronger? Oh, it looks stronger, the few people I can see. And I'm going back to the other side. Oh, not as strong. Interesting. Beautiful. Terrific. All right, go get your roller. I'm going to do a little warm up for the spine. So you're going to stand, bring the roller up over your head. We're going to go shoulder width apart, slight bend to the knee, and you're going to roll or hinge down, vertebra by vertebra, and touch the roller to the floor. Keep your knees bent, tuck your tail, pour sand out the top of your head, and stack your spine up. So this is a really articulated roll, yeah? Top of the head, roll down. Good, just dangle the roller down there for a minute, bend your knees, tuck your tail and roll back up. Okay, we're gonna do 2 more of those a little bit quicker. So pour sand out the top of your head, roll down, tuck your tail and roll up. And 1 more, roll on down, tuck your tail and roll up. Good. Now the next one we're going to do is called a good morning. So you're going to go with a flat back. Lock your knees or really slight bend. And I just want you to lean forward with a flat back and reach that foam roller over your head. And then stand up. And flat back reach. Send your energy from the top of your head through the foam roller. And up. This is called a good morning. And 2, normally you do it with a big weight on your shoulders. And 3, and last one, 4. Good. Come to the top. We're going to take a tilt. Lift your spine. You're going to tilt over and try to get your roller perpendicular to the floor. Now, bend your knees, everybody. I don't want you to do this with your arms. I want the same space between your arms and your elbows. Come on back. Find that space between your ears and your elbows. Lift your spine and tilt. Good. Try to keep that space between your top arm and your ear and come on back. Lift the spine and tilt. Can you get it perpendicular to the floor? I'm not quite there. And come on back and lift and tilt and come on back. Beautiful. Now we're going to do a little upper back stretch. So I want you to flex your upper back forward and then come to the top, and we're going to lift and arch just the upper back. So there's your swan. So we flex upper back forward, touch the roller to your thighs. Come on back to neutral. Lift the spine and arch back, look up at the ceiling. Now don't press your hips forward and come on back. We do that again. Round, flex just the thoracic spine. Come back to neutral, lift and swan, look up at the ceiling. Squeeze your roller just gently with your hands and come back to center. Fantastic. Bring the roller down in front. Those of you who should twist, you know who you are. You're gonna do just a nice arm twist. The rest of us are gonna go with a nice twist. Keeping your roller parallel to the floor. Let's let the hips go. Anyone play golf? Here's your golf swing. I don't play golf, so don't notice my swing. All right, now I want you to plant your hips and rotate just around your upper back, your bra-bro line. Those of you who watch Seinfeld know what I'm talking about. Good, and come back center. Now we're gonna put all these together. Give your roller a gentle squeeze. We're gonna go up to the ceiling. We're gonna lift and tilt side. Get perpendicular to the floor. Rotate, get parallel to the floor. Then come back to perpendicular and return. Lift and tilt to the other side. Try to get perpendicular to the floor. Rotate parallel, reach your head through your roller. Come back to the side and return. Now we're gonna get crazy. You with me? We're gonna go up and over, find perpendicular. Rotate to the floor. Now I want you to keep your back arm right where it is. Try not to move your back arm in space as you come back center. Did you get deeper? I did. And come back center. We go again, lift and tilt. Rotate, get parallel to the floor. Now keep your back arm where it is in space and rotate back to perpendicular. Did you get deeper? I did. And come back center. Fantastic. Good. All right, just put this guy down in front of you. We're gonna do a quick hip stretch. So you're gonna hold that in front, go really wide with a slight turnout. This is for hip mobility. You're just gonna take a nice big squat. And once again, I want that to be a squat, so stick out your booty, back there. Your chest can almost come parallel to the floor. Yeah, nice big squat. Couple more of those. I got tight hips. Last one. Good, we're gonna stay there, get low. Good, now you're just gonna roll one knee in and bring it out. And the other knee in and bring it out. So you're getting a little rotation of your thigh bone. And one more, roll it in. Good, can you get a little lower? Roll it in so I'm almost kneeling. Back, can you get a little lower? Beautiful. Last one, and we stand up. Nice, and this time we're gonna go all the way down to the floor. So go on down, put your roller in front of you, short. And we're gonna take a little roll out. So I'm gonna go to the side so you can see. We're gonna start kneeling. Hands are right down at the roller. And we're gonna start top of the head, roll the roller out, and reach your spine long, and then curl and come on back. And roll it on out, and curl and come on back. So this is your cat-cow. Yeah, everybody knows this one. Roll it on out, stay there, take a little arch, look up at the ceiling, and then tuck your tail and roll back. One more of those. Roll out, stick out your booty, stick out your chest, and come on back. Now, we're gonna do a little thread here. So you're gonna take one arm. As you roll, you're gonna thread that arm under the armpit and rotate and come on back. So we call this one thread the needle. Try the other side. So you roll it out, you're gonna take that arm, thread it under, both arms are straight. Reach that arm, reach both arms as far as they'll go and come on back. Couple more each side. Thread and come on back. And you'll notice if you press nicely into the roller with that top arm, you get a little more stretch in this armpit here. And come on back. I like it. I'm going to do one more. Roll it out. And come on back. And last one, roll it out. Nice. And come on back. Fantastic. All right, a little more hip work. I want you to roll it out in front of you. And now I have a challenge. I want you to try to bring your foot on top of the roller next to your hand. And then put that back down. And try the other foot on top of the roller next to your hand. So we're going to go into Eve's lunge here. Good. If you can't make it on top of the roller, you can just put it on the ground. Totally workable. And then the other side, bring it right to the outside of your foot. Good. All right, now we're going to hang out here. So bring your first foot there. It's right next to your hand. I want you to roll the roller out and take a little lunge. So I'm going to reach my back hip towards my front heel. And then come on back. And we do that again. There's your Eve's lunge, just like the reformer. Now from here, I'm going to try to roll the roller out and straighten that front leg. Straighten that front leg. So the roller is now under my ankle. Good. And then I'm going to roll the roller back a little so my foot is on top. Got it? Now hinge forward. So there's my nice Eve's lunge back hip stretch. And then roll that roller forward. Try to get a nice straight leg. Now here we're going to add on a little. What I want you to do is pull the roller back with your heel and push it away with your hands. Do you feel that? So we're literally pulling the flesh on your hamstring. Try that again. Relax for a second. Pull the heel, pull the roller in with the heel and push it away with your hands. So heel is pulling in, hands are pushing out. Good. Bring the foot back, and we'll take one more lunge here. And one more lunge straight, or one more stretch. Push and pull. Like you're drawing your sit bone back. This is where your hamstrings attach. So we want to pull the attachment back. Fantastic. And come on down. Woo, that leg feels like a lot longer than the other. Let's try the other side. So bring your foot to your hand. Again, this all works really well on the floor, right? So you can lean forward, find your lunge. And then see if you can stretch that front leg. And lean forward, find your lunge. And then see if you can stretch that leg out. Hint, hint, flexing the foot makes it a little more intense, doesn't it? Now, pull with the heel and push with the hands. See if you can literally pull the flesh on your hamstring apart. Good, and then bend that knee, bring it back. Find your lunge. Lean and hip to heel. And then see if you can straighten that leg. Oh, my foam roller got way away from you on that one. Pull with the heel, push with the hands. Let's do one more, yeah? Flex forward. Or extend forward and straighten that leg, push and pull. Excellent. All right. Ooh, my hips feel great. Okay, I want you to come back to the back edge of your mat. How cool is this mat that I don't have an edge? And you're going to put the roller under your knees. So I've got the roller under my knees and my hands on the floor. And we're going to just do a little knee pull here. So I'm going to find a plank position, and I'm going to roll the roller in and out. Roll the roller in and out. So I'm actually giving you a little work right here. This is knee pulls on the reformer. Good. And if you get enough weight, you can get a nice shin stretch. Good. 2 more of those. Woo. And the last one, you're going to roll it all the way forward. And you're going to sit on it. Excellent. Okay, let's do one more quick hip stretch. So I'm going to give you 2 options for the figure 4. I'm going to take one foot and put it on top of the knee. I'm sitting comfortably up on top of that thing and just hinge forward. I'm going to say flat back on this one. If you want to make that a little more intense, you bend the front knee. You're going to let that knee just drop right out. Nice. And then the other side. So foot over the knee, hands on the ground or the roller, whatever. Nice flat back, lean forward. If you want to make that more intense or you feel that in your knee, bend this leg. Let that knee drop out. That's your figure 4 stretch. You do that on the box, right? All right, now I've got another one for feet because I love this. I want you to tuck your heels as close as you can to the foam roller and try to get your feet flat on the mat. Not everybody can do that, but because we're up on the roller, it won't be as bad. And I just want you to rock forward and back. What I'm really after is the forward stretch. I'm feeling it down in my calves and the soles of my feet. So that's a little soleus stretch there. Also good for plantar fasciitis if you've ever had that. Nice. And then bring your feet out just a little bit, and we're going to take a little tuck. So I'm going to hold on to my knees. Just tuck and roll the roller forward. And then come back to neutral, and then take a little arch and roll the roller back. Tuck and roll the roller forward. And neutral, roll it back. One more time, tuck. Bring your pubic bone towards your nose. Yes, Bob, we said pubic bone. And back. And come on back. Nice. All right, now you may notice we've already started rolling the butt. So we're going to start to work our way now from the butt up the spine. So what I want you to do is just roll back and forth. I want you to find your sits bones. So those are the two little bones at the bottom of your pelvis. I sometimes think of them as like a rocking chair, yeah? And we're just rolling on those bones. Some of you might feel something already. I do. Now you're going to take one hand, and I want you to tip over to one butt cheek and roll that one. And now just for the heck of it, let's take that leg and just relax that leg and roll that butt cheek. So sometimes when your muscles are engaged, you won't be able to release them. So we want like a really dead leg. Good, I'm gonna actually bend it. I'm getting a little more there. So bend it if you like. Feel anything? A lot of people have like a little bump that you sort of roll over and you go ba-boom. All right, try the other side. Roll back and forth. A couple of inches. That's going to be our technique, just a couple of inches. Find just to the side of that bone. So those of you who've had piriformis syndrome, you probably did this ad nauseum. If you want to try that leg dead, ooh, I really like this one. Fantastic. Come back to the center. All right, now we're going to go to the hip crest. So right where the top part of your bone, of your hip bone, where it makes a crest. So I'm going to put my hands behind, and I'm going to roll the roller to find the top of my hip. Again, some of you may have a really intense response here. Make sure that you're on the hip and try one side. So we're working in that SI joint. SI where your sacrum and your iliac come together. So where your sacrum and your spine come together. And sorry, your sacrum and your hip. And try the other side. Ooh, fantastic. I'm going to go back just a couple of inches here and there. And then the other side. Excellent. Now, let's keep going. So what I want you to do is keep rolling the roller up until it's in your low back. And you're going to sit down. Got it? So my butt is nicely comfortable and the roller is right under my lumbar spine. Now we're going to do that pelvic curl again. So I'm going to curl and lift my butt off the floor. And then I'm going to drop the butt down. So curl and lift the butt. Now this is a technique. Once you notice that your body weight is now in the roller, it's much more intense, right? And lower the butt. I'm going to do that one more time, pelvic curl. And then we're going to leave the butt in the air and roll back and forth. So we're going to work about 2 inches at a time. We're going to roll that vertebra. You might get a pop or a creak. Do not here roll side to side because those are your kidneys. We don't want to do that. And I'm going to go up now to a couple more vertebra. I'm going to walk forward and roll the roller back onto a couple more vertebra. And back and forth on that one. You might be getting some pops and some clicks. Now, as I start to get higher, you're going to be inclined to drop your head. I don't want to do that yet. So I either hold on to the knees or you can put your hands behind your head. And we're going to continue up the spine. There's a little bit of ab work, yeah? And I'm going to continue up the spine until I get to the really juicy shoulder blade spot. Yeah, so now I'm kind of right between my shoulder blades. Almost everybody has some tension here. The butt is off the floor, so you're getting a lot of body weight. Ooh, doesn't that feel good? Shall we make this a little more intense? Stay right at the bottom of your shoulder blades and hug yourself. And roll on that. So we're protracting the shoulders. Yikes. Ooh, that's intense. Good. As long as you can stay with that one. The other option is to bring the arms to the ceiling. Try that one. That's delish. I'm going to go back, hands behind the head. Good. All right, now we're going to take a little respite. So I want you to push all the way back until the roller is under your hips again. Yeah, and we're going to lie down on your back. All right, so the roller is right under the crest of my hip. Bring the knees in. You can hold the floor, you can hold the roller. Your shoulders are comfortable and your head is comfortable on the mat. We're just going to bring the knees in and rock side to side. So there's that spot again in the SI. That feels delicious. If you like it, you want to go hang out on one side. Ooh, I like it. And then the other side. And come on back. And I want you to take one leg down to the floor and grab the other knee in. And just hang out. Let that bottom leg be really, really heavy. Some of you might notice, you know who you are, that your leg doesn't touch the ground. That's just a little bit of hip tightness and maybe some quad tightness as well. Grab that knee. Now, I want you to take that knee that you're holding and bring it slightly out to the armpit. So slightly out to the side. You feel how that increases the stretch here? And return to the center. And carefully bring in the other knee. And we drop. Other leg goes down. Let it dangle. Let it be really, really heavy. Bring that knee into your chest. Give it a little drag, a little pull. And now take that knee slightly out to the armpit. You don't want to be way out here. Just a slight out to the armpit. Feel that increase the stretch on the bottom hip. Yum. Now, of course, if I was there, I would come and stand on your bottom leg. Bring both knees in. And we're going to do a little dance here. So bring the legs to the ceiling. And we're going to do a split. Drop one leg down and the other leg up over your head. And let them be really heavy. And then we're going to switch. Let them be really heavy. Good. So that top leg is the one that's hard to get to drop towards your nose. And we go again. Drop. And drop. Good. So I call this the plop. We're going to go plop, plop, switch, plop, plop, switch, plop, plop, switch, plop, plop. Good. Now, if you're still with me, we're going to do helicopter. So we're going to take one of your splits, right? I want you to flex the feet, turn your legs out, and you're going to go around like a helicopter to the other split. Around like a helicopter blade to the other split. You're leading with your heels. With me? So we got a lot of turnout in that leg. One more of those. Now we put them together. You ready? We go split, split, and helicopter. Stop. Split, split, and helicopter. Split, split, and helicopter. One more. Split, split, and helicopter. Beautiful. Bring your knees into your chest. Good. Now we're going to come out here. I want you to get back to your back. So only if you're strong enough, you're going to come back up. If you need to, roll the roller away, and we're going to put it back under the back. Good. All right, and we're going to do one big roll. So we're going to start at the bottom. You're going to walk forward and roll to the top, and walk it down to your hips. Walk forward and roll to the top, and walk it back to your hips. One more, up to the top. Ooh, did you pop, creep, release? And the last one, we're going to go all the way until the roller is under your neck. Now, this is quite delicious. Sometimes I watch TV like this. So you're just going to hang out here. The roller's right under your neck. I want you to feel those two bones at the base of your skull, your occiput. Yeah? And just rock side to side on those bones. That is a very common trigger point for a lot of people. If you've been doing a lot of Zoom calls, this is where a bunch of your neck muscles attach. So hang out there, just rock side to side. Now we're going to give a little extra here. So you're going to try to do this on your own. Reach up and put your hands on the roller and just give it a little roll back and forth. What should happen is what we call the head nod, right? So let your head be really heavy, but notice how the foam roller can move it. So that should feel pretty good. Now each time we're going to go a little farther with the roller, bring it back down, and a little farther, and bring it back down, and a little farther. So again, I'm kind of stretching the flesh on the back of my neck. 2 more times. And then I'm going to keep going. And then I'm going to roll it, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going until your head is on the floor. Let's just hang out for a minute here. And I want you to notice your neutral spine. So your feet are on the mat, knees bent. Feel your tailbone really, really heavy in the mat. So right down there is really, really heavy. Then there should be a little bit of a space here, your lumbar curve. You should be able to fit one hand in. If you can fit 2 hands in, you're too popped. And if you can only not really get your hand in there, you're too tucked. So you want to try to find that neutral place. And now just take your hands and put them on the top of your thighs, bottom of your hips, right in the crest. And I want you to press away. So you are literally stretching your spine out. One more time. Hands to the top of your thighs, right in the nook there, and press away. Good, and just notice, do you feel this more on one side than the other? I do. Good, and relax. Check in with your neutral. Now your thoracic spine should be nice and heavy on the floor. Your upper back right between your shoulder blades. And then for your neck, you should be able to fit 2 hands. So if you can fit more than 2 hands, you're probably like this. You're probably looking behind you instead of at the ceiling. So draw your chin down a little bit. If you can only fit one hand, then you're looking down past your feet. So you want to be nice and neutral. All right, let's find this on the roller, yeah? So go get your roller, and we're going to put it long, lengthwise. All right, we're going to do something a little unconventional here. So I want you to sit on the roller a little bit in the almost in the middle. You're going to drop your head off the back edge, all right? So those of you who have ever done traction, it kind of feels like that. If this does not feel good to you, do not do it. Just get your head onto the roller and hang out. What I want you to do is find those occipits right at the edge of the roller and rock back and forth. So you're kind of digging the occipits, those bones at the base of your skull, right in the roller. That's just another way to kind of find that trigger point. Ooh, and just dangle for a minute. All right, carefully lift your head, and I want you to scooch back on the roller so that your head is supported. So you have to come way down. Most of us have to really, really sit on one end. Got it? Fantastic. Now, feet are flat, knees bent. Notice your neutral spine on this roller. So my tailbone is really, really heavy. The roller is a great way to find neutral. Can you fit a hand, one hand in your lumbar curve? Feel your upper back heavy, heavy, heavy on the roller. Can you fit two hands in your neck curve, in your cervical curve? Should be looking straight up at the ceiling. And just rock side to side. And think about your back melting out over the roller. And hang out. Good, little side to side. And now we're going to take the arms to the side. Let's do a little chest opener. So palms up. You're going to just run your hands up over your head and back down again. So I call this one paint the rainbow. Now, what you're going to notice is you may get to a point where your hand has to come off the floor. That is okay. So you're going to try to keep your hands as heavy as they can. If they can stay on the floor, that's great. Wow, I couldn't do that yesterday, but I can do that today. If there's a point where that arm has to kind of pop up and over, take it. Find it. Just notice. After we do 2 or 3 or 4 of these, your hands might be able to stay on the ground. All right, now if that was easy and you want to intensify a little, we're going to do W. So you're going to bend your elbows and make like a W shape. And then you're going to try to send your arms up over the head and bring them back down. So for a lot of people, that's a little bit more intense. Ooh, and bend. If you don't like it, just do the nice straight arms and bend. And one more time, reach them up and bend. Fantastic. Good. All right, bring your arms up to the ceiling. We're going to do something called shoulder slaps. What I want you to do is pull the tips of your scapula away from the roller. So I'm going to reach for the ceiling and widen across the back. And then I want you to pinch the roller between your shoulder blades. Pinch, 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 pinch. So you're squeezing the tips of your scapula together. And now pull the scap tips apart. Reach for the ceiling. It's going to round your back a little bit. And then you squeeze, 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 squeeze. Tight, tight, tight. Check in. Did you raise your shoulders up? So if you did, draw the shoulders down, but continue to squeeze between the shoulder blades. One more time, protract, reach for the ceiling. And then squeeze, 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 squeeze the roller. Check in, bring your shoulders down. Now check in, did you pop your ribs? So I want you, with your squeeze, to draw your ribs down. Super windy. I'm going to bring one arm down and one arm up over the head, but I'm going to keep that squeezy feeling. and then switch. So this is called marching arms. And switch. And switch. And what the heck, let's add the legs. So bring both hands down. I have a little rule. I like to keep 2 things on the mat at all times. So that means either 2 hands, 2 feet, or 1 hand, 1 foot. You with me? So we're going to take here a big inhale. Exhale, draw your abs in like a seatbelt on the roller and float 1 foot to tabletop. Put that foot down, take an inhale. Exhale, draw the other foot into tabletop. Inhale, put that down. Good, now we're going to add the arm. So I'm going to go right arm up over the head. Take a breath. Exhale, left leg. I've got 2 things on the floor. Don't get cocky and try to pull everything up. Foot goes down, arms switch. Inhale. Exhale, pull your abs in first and float the other leg. So now we're going to go a little quicker. I'm going to inhale and switch. Exhale and lift. Inhale as I switch. Exhale and lift. Please try to keep 2 things on the mat at all times. Of course, if you fall off, you're 6 inches from the floor, no biggie. Beautiful, and come on down, relax. Good. Hey, just for the heck of it, let's play. I'm going to break my rule. You ready? Both arms to the ceiling. Take a big inhale. Sock your abs in like crazy. See if you can float 1 leg. Yeah, put that foot down. Inhale. Exhale, pull the abs in. The abs are like a seat belt and float the other leg. Did you notice one side worse than the other? Me did. Let's try that one more time. Here we go. Squeeze the roller with your scapula. Suck your abs in. Oh, that was much better. And last time, pull your scapula together. Pull your abs in and float. Woohoo! Fantastic. Good. And come on down. Just relax a little bit. Shake side to side. Good. And we're going to roll off the roller to the side. We're going to bring the roller lengthwise or short, right? And we're going to go onto the elbows. So we're working our way back down the front, yeah? I'm going to go to my elbows and the roller is under the quads. And I'm just going to roll back and forth. Another very intense spot for a lot of people, especially if you've been doing a lot of workouts. So I'm rolling back and forth. Now, I want you to take the legs and turn them out. So make a little V. So you're a little more on the inside of the quad, yeah? And then come back to parallel and see if you can find the middle of the quad. Almost turn them in. Hello. There are 4 quads. That's why they call them quads. So you have an inner and an outer. And now rotate out and roll. And you can play here too. Do you feel more down at the knee? Or do you feel more up at the hip? Or maybe right in the middle. And I'm going to come back to parallel and roll that quad. Okay, now everybody's favorite, knot. In order to get to the side of the quad, we're going to roll over onto one side of the hip. So we're going to hit that IT band. All right, I'm going to come up to my hand. For this one, take your top leg and put it in front. That is your anchor leg. So that's where you're going to work from. The anchor is going to help you roll. All right, now we're going to find the top of the hip here. You can be down on the elbow if you need to be, or you can come up on the hand. We're going to start up near the hip, and I want you to just roll that couple of inches. For most people, this is going to hurt like heck. And then I'm going to crawl down a couple of inches and roll on that. Rarely in Pilates do I say, work through the pain, unless I'm rolling the IT band, all right? So you want to kind of find the pain on this one. And I'm going to continue a couple of inches down the leg and a couple of inches down until I'm right around the knee. Now I want you to notice again, did you have more trouble down near the knee or more trouble near the hip? Wherever you had your trouble, go over there and stay. After a while of this, you might want to go down to the elbow because you really do have to hold yourself up. Ooh. And then go around, maybe back to the hip. Maybe a little more in the middle. You still with me? Anyone seeing stars? If you are, you're in the right place. Now, before we come off this, I'm going to do one big roll. So using this leg as the anchor, I'm going to roll all the way to the knee, all the way to the hip. That bottom leg is dead, right? Let it drape. All the way up, all the way down. Oh, that feels fantastic. Good. Now, before we come off of here, well, we're going to go back to the quad. Now, I have a fun little add-on here. So bear with me. What you're going to do is take, let's say, your right leg. So I'm going to take my right leg and throw it off of the roller until I'm lying next to it. So I'm side to side, parallel with the roller. But my left leg is draped over. Knee is bent, so the left leg is at 45 degrees. So the roller wants to be in line with your body. Have you got it? We're gonna roll the inner thigh. Woo! So this one is quite intense. You're gonna get right up in that crotch. So anyone who's, you know those big long body pillows that you sleep on? That's the position we're trying to find. My leg is across the roller. Can you get it? And find the inside. Stretch the leg out if you like, but let that leg be kind of dead meat. This one's a little indecent. Good, and I'm gonna go way up into the crotch. That's where my pain is. Did you get it, guys? That top leg, the leg that's on the roller, is really dead. Let that foot drop to the floor. All right, we're gonna throw that right leg back and come on back to your quads again. And we have the other side. So we're gonna roll over to the leg you didn't work. All right, top leg goes in front. So that's your anchor leg. Bottom leg is dead. Just let it dangle. Good. And now you might find if you don't feel anything, I want you to rock back and forth, right? I want you to really find the side of the leg. Some of us we cheat and we go towards the back of the leg. I want you to really find the side, the IT band. I don't know anyone who doesn't have a tight IT. Roll a couple of inches and then walk it out again a couple of inches. We're working our way down the leg, couple of inches, couple of inches. Again, a few more inches down towards the knee. I'm going to work my way back up, or I'm going to go find that spot that didn't feel so good and hang out there. Really let your body weight on it. Work your way around that sticky spot. It might be different on your right and your left. So go find that sticky spot, couple of inches back and forth. If you need to, you can drop to the elbow. Good, bottom leg is dead, top leg is your anchor. All right, you guys with me? We're gonna do the big roll. So use your anchor leg in your hands. I'm gonna big roll all the way to the knee, all the way to the hip, all the way to the knee, all the way to the hip. 2 more times, to the knee and to the hip. That feels so much better. Good, last one. Fantastic. Okay, here we go now for our little throw over. So you're gonna come to your thighs, back to your quad, right? You're going to throw your left leg over and come next to your roller. Did you get it? Your right leg bends, and the roller is now underneath my right inner thigh. Rock back and forth. I'm getting some shoulder work for sure on the elbows. Now, get friendly with your roller, if you know what I mean. Get right up in your crotch. And then maybe down towards your knee. These are your inner thigh, your adductor muscles. Good. Find a spot that hurts and work that. If you like, you can try straightening that leg, but keep it dead. Beautiful. All right. And we're gonna go one more time. Throw that leg back over to your quads. Ooh, they feel great. Excellent. All right, we're gonna roll all the way off. Keep the roller in front of you, and we're gonna hit the back, the hamstrings and the calves. So I'm gonna put the roller, let's go hamstrings first. So just put it under your, the back of your thigh, and you have to lift your butt on this one. And just roll your hammies. So I'm using my hands as lever. Good. Try to keep the legs dead. Now we can play the same game here. Turn them out. See if you can find the outside hamstring. There it is. So a little V. Come back to parallel. And then turn them in a little bit. Can you find that inside hamstring? Come back to parallel. Awesome. And back. Good. All right, now I'm going to move to my calf. So I'm going to put the roller under the calf. Now, you can do this just here with your butt on the ground. So I'm just going to kind of roll my calf area. It's much more interesting if you can get some weight on it. So I'm going to lift the butt and roll the calves. So it's a little bit of work, but you get a little more weight. Same thing, turn them out. Get your weight on it if you like, and then turn them in. Come back to parallel. Roll those calves. Awesome. All right, we got a couple more things here. We're gonna do one of my faves, the egg beaters. So I want you to just lie down on your back, put the roller under your ankles, and lie down. Now, pretend it's the reformer. So you're gonna roll it in with your feet and send it back out. And roll it in and send it back out. Couple of times. You have to just figure out how much weight you have to put on it. Good, and we're gonna bring it here. Now, from here, let your knees drop out to the side. Roll the roller out. Bring your legs back to parallel and roll the roller in. Turn them out, push out, turn them in, pull in. Turn them out, push out, turn them in, pull in. So we're just doing a little egg beater motion in the hips. Isn't that delish? Delicious and juicy, that's the other word we like. And then reverse it. Turn them out, come in. Push it out. Turn them out, pull in. Parallel, push it out. Couple of those, really stirring the hip bones in the socket. Fantastic. Okay, last one, roll it out. I want you to lose the roller, just push it slightly away from you. Put your feet on the mat, hands down at your side. Check you with your neutral spine. Does it feel a little different? We're going to cross the right leg over the left, or whatever, and you're going to tip towards that side. Drive the opposite shoulder down. So this is that good old-fashioned twist stretch. You're going to let the top leg be really, really heavy. Hang out. Good. Now, take that top leg and stretch it out. Flex the foot and turn the toe down. So we're getting a little bit of extra stretch in that IT, a little bit of internal rotation. And then drop that leg, flop it over again. Use your abs to carefully pull back to the center. Don't switch. Keep your knees where they are and go to the other side. So now the bottom leg is the top. Let that bottom leg weigh down the top leg. Ooh. So you should feel that slightly different, a little more in the hip maybe. And then carefully come back center. And we switch. So now you're going to bring left over right. You're going to go towards the right, towards the side you just went to. Really, really tip. Let the top leg be super heavy. Drive the opposite shoulder down. You can even look that direction if you like. Now take that top leg, straighten it, flex the foot, and see if you can touch the toe down. So I got a little internal rotation to intensify that. Nice. Drape that foot over again and carefully pull back to the center. Good, and now we're just going to take that to a little thing I call tick-tock. So bring both knees together, hands are down at your side, and you're just going to drop the knees to one side, take a breath, use your abs to pull to the other side. Inhale, exhale, use your abs to pull back. Inhale, and we're just going to tick-tock from side to side. Do whatever feels comfortable, get as far as you can. Awesome. And come back to the center. And one more time, let's check in with that neutral spine. So maybe before, here's a good example, my right hip was way off the mat and my left hip was down, but now they're pretty even. Just notice, where's your thoracic curve? Where's your lumbar curve? Where's your neck? All right, you're gonna roll to the side and sit up. We got one more yummy one here, the mermaid. So we're gonna sit in what's called, I call it the double hook position. So one leg behind, one leg in front. If that's not comfortable, you can go here, you can go here, you can do whatever you like. But I'm gonna try the double hook. And now just notice this hip that's down, or so I've got my right leg in front. Notice the left hip. Is it, you know, could I fit a phone book under there? Or maybe just a small comic book, right? But the hip, or maybe yours is like sitting on the floor. You're gonna take the roller to the side. So I've got right leg in front, I'm gonna go to the right side. And we're just gonna take a little tilt. So I'm gonna go sideways and roll the roller out. This is called mermaid, for those of you who don't do Pilates, and come on back. And roll the roller out. I'm leaning on the roller a little bit with that bottom arm, and come on back. Try not to let that shoulder jack up, because that would ruin all the lovely stuff we just did. And come on back. Now, this gets really yummy. We go on out. I want you to rotate. Put both hands on the roller and roll it out. And pull it in. And roll it out. And pull it in. As you roll, see if you can increase your twist a little bit. I do that by pushing into the back arm a little. You might want to push it to the front arm. Good, now from here, we're gonna do a little swan. So your arms stay straight, your chest lifts up, and you roll the roller towards you. And then out again. So it's a little swan. Pull the roller towards you, lift your spine. Stay there, see if you can increase your twist by pushing into the back arm. And one more time, roll it out. And take a nice swan, lift your chest. And we send it back out, come back to your side position. And return. Good. Hang out there, check in. Did that hip get a little lower? Oh, mine did by a couple of millimeters. Good. All right, we're gonna do the switch. If you're a rock star, can you do it without your hands? No, I cannot. All right, so you flip to the other double hook. I've got my left leg in front, the roller is on my left, back leg behind. By the way, if anyone is having any knee pain in this position, try flexing your feet. That will help a little bit, little lower leg, upper leg fix. All right, we're gonna take the roller, lean on it gently and tilt. And come on back. And lean on it and tilt. Try to keep that shoulder engaged. You don't wanna let that shoulder jack up, that will not feel good. And come on back, one more time. Really lift these ribs up to the ceiling. And come on back, good. We're gonna go again, float to the side, rotate. Get both hands on the roller. Roll it out, hang out. See if you can increase your twist by pressing into one arm. For me, it's the back arm. And then roll the roller in and push it out. Roll it in and push it out. One more time, roll it and push it out. Really stretch, really increase your twist. Take your swan. So straight arms, lift the chest. Send it back out again. Lift the chest. Send it back out. Two more times, lift the chest, nice straight arms. See if you can increase your twist here. Oh, and out. And last one, here we go, nice swan. And send it back out. Hit your side position and return. Good. Oh, I didn't check in on that hip, but it's probably down. Fantastic. All right, let's bring the roller in front. And we're just going to come to your knees. Tuck your toes under. Lift your knees, and we're going to stand up in a little down dog. Hands on the roller. If you can drive your heels down, great. Now roll the roller back towards your feet. I'm going to give you the option, either bend your knees or keep your legs straight. You're going to leave the roller on the floor, roll up to standing. When you get there, take a nice big inhale. And exhale, press down with the arms, lift the chest up. And we're going to do that one more time from there. Roll down. Touch the roller. Good. Hang out there. Let's roll the roller out just a little bit into your down dog. Drive the heels down. Then we're going to pull it back. Bend the knees or stay straight. Either way, you have to pull the belly button in. Roll up to standing. Take a nice big breath in, inhale. Exhale, I want you to push down and raise your spine up to the ceiling. So like you're pushing through mud. We're gonna do that one more time, big inhale. Good, now we're gonna test your balance. As you push down, can you rise up on the toes? Nice, and then slowly lower, take a big inhale, arms up. How'd it go? Balance is much improved in my case. Press down, lift up, rise up on your toes, hang out. Slowly lower the heels and relax. You guys are done.